800 likes because these people can't speak English. Have you ever heard of the Red Room? Now hold on, just calm down for a second. I'm not talking about your parents' Red Room at night when they think you've already gone to sleep, nor the Red Room of the Deep Web. Then what are we talking about? Honestly, I have no idea. I don't understand why this fella in the next video has a red room in his house, like it's just pointless. But that's not our main topic. I just had to mention it since I thought it was the cool shot of this sequence of videos. But what I want you to pay attention to is your life, and the room right beside the Red Room. Let me summarize this mess. We have two friends, very cuddly, but not literally. Their house, or one of them owns the house, while the other takes advantage of it. So the house is haunted. How amusingly scary. I thought it was normal. What kind of activity are they dealing with here? To answer this very complicated question, you have to first answer mine. Do you know anything about the jinns shape-shifting like donkeys? I'm not talking about your little brother when you barely hit him. I'm talking about a real jinn. So here's a thing about some stuff these jinns can do. They can impersonate the voice of someone familiar to you, so you think somebody finally remembered your existence, until you get hit by the reality that she still cheated on you. And jinns can also make noises, such as donkey hoof sounds, basically clopping sounds. So pay attention to that. And that very innocent room is full of activity, from paintings falling to closet doors opening.
Alors, on vient de mettre pause au film, ça a couru à l'étage, et ça bouge de ouf. Lucas, tu vas voir.
C'est grave chelou que ça bouge sans rien, ça. Ça va se casser la gueule.
C'est hyper flippant.
Ça s'arrête pas, hein.
Faut qu'on aille voir.
Vas-y.
Je l'attends en bas. Hein.
Cool. Bah viens avec moi.
C'était une blague. Merde, ta chambre en ce moment. C'est déjà bien flippant.
La chambre rouge.
Donc là, il y a Mimi qui nous a rejoint. Donc là, on est sur le reportage maison hantée. Je tiens à préciser qu'on a entendu quelqu'un littéralement courir à l'étage. C'était pas le chat, évidemment, il était vers nous. Et on n'a rien dans la chambre. Là, c'est quoi comme chambre?
C'est la chambre d'amis. Mais on s'en sert quasiment pas.
C'est hyper flippant. Ok, donc là, il y a littéralement une porte ouverte. Ce qui est...
Ouais, bah, normalement, c'est le placard qui est fermé. C'est le placard où j'ai mis tout le bordel que j'ai emménagé. Puis c'est allumé, normalement. C'est pas allumé, normalement.
C'est quoi cette délire? Ça veut dire qu'il y a un truc...
Ouais, attends. Ouais, fais gaffe, frère.
Ou bah... Il avait pas de chat, quoi.
Hein?
Il avait pas de chat.
Non, il a pas de lumière.
Je sais trop. Ça bouge plus. Et le chat.
Bien dit, con.
Pose-moi.
Tu n'auras plus qu'à faire mon rideau plat.
J'ai vraiment l'impression que ça court au-dessus.
Chut, putain, le chat.
Il est cinglé, ce chat.
Là, par contre, c'est chaud. T'as pas des fouilles?
Non. Les zones mitoyennes, t'as pas de fouilles.
Non, puis là, c'est sur le sol, c'est pas dans les murs.
Is it just me, or does it always have to be that the very normal place has to be the one that actually causes problems? It's like when you ride a taxi and he is just too nice, you want to do something forbidden as a way of appreciation until he does on it you aggressively, and the next thing you know, you are being sold on the deep web. I don't know if I have shared a video from Clip Store before, but I have closed the door on that Asian whore cause I'm tired of tasting her sore. I just wanted to rhyme some shit. Now here is a thing about these guys. They are Asian, which isn't our main subject, but this one is for all my BTS fans. Your music tastes suck. So how did it all start? I was just trying to be nice to her, but the devil in me didn't let me pass, so the forbidden happened. Then I woke up and it was all a dream, just like every indie movie plot. Regardless, these guys, and without any context, they went to investigate this very generic-looking house. You look at it and you just want to take a nap in it. Nothing about it seems suspicious. So if it ain't broken, why fixing it? Now that rule isn't being used often in the last 2 decades, that's why this group brought with them the Ouija board. But since we are talking about Japan, the country that has been known for intelligence in tiny censored private areas, it has to be different. And you may think the Ouija board here will be more advanced or something, because you know it's Japan. But it's completely the opposite. They put a paper, then they write the Japanese alphabet on it, with a symbol on the top, then they add some salt and holy water on the side, and I'm not even joking at this point. Cause they did use at least the water. Then are they cooking something? Not really. But back to the Oshi board, I just called it that to make it seem cooler. They use the tiniest little coin they can ever find as a pointer. Long story short, one of them panicked. His friends have no idea why he is giving a reaction only people who watch 2 girls 1 mug for the first time would give. Or the reaction of an introvert who sees a woman in real life instead on his screen. Which is exactly what we are dealing with here.
最も激しい冷凍の場合はこの水の量減るらしいんで、表面張力起きるぐらいちゃんと入れとく。この家傾いてるね。まあじゃあこのネクタイ、黒い葬式のネクタイに向けておりんどかったっけ？仏壇仏壇。鳴ったよ今。鳴らしていいもんな。鳴らしてみる。
何今のは。真横のお墓の方からしました。ちょっと。あかん。
他にも検証残ってるんで、もういいや、サクサクいこう。健介さん。
こっくりさん、こっくりさん。あなたは今ここに来てますか？こっくりさん、こっくりさん。
ちょっと待って。
何？
こっくりさんに関する質問はしちゃうから。
なんで？
なんでそういうもんだよ。
どうなる？
どういう。
何の音？めっちゃ音白くない？
さあ？ちょっと。
めっちゃ音白い。
動かしたろ？動かしたろ？
今動かしてない。動かしてない。ちょっと動かして。
何？
しまった。なんかおるやん。おお。なんか入ってきよったよ今。なんか入ってきよった見えた？なんだわけ？
いや、ほら、ちょっと待って。
なんか入ってきよったって。音しろ。
動かしたろ今。
動かしてない。動かしてない。
動かして、何？
しまった。
あ、手はどこ行く何どこ行くどこ行く
なんか入ってきよったよ今。
離れた落ち着く落ち着く。
なんか入ってきよったって。しまった。なんかめっちゃ音がする。
落ち着いて落ち着いて。何しようとしたいの？なんで2階が出ようとしたの？2階
見たやろ？
いや見てないって。
閉まったの見たやろ？
閉まっとった？
閉まった。
閉まってなかった？
閉まってなかった。開いとったやん。
階段はね、取っとかんとね。
振ったりとかしちゃって
意味あるとそれ。
分からん。なんか気持ち早い。
振るよね。振ってしまうよねこれ。
そういかんと。どうした？
これって影？これって何の影？これ
何これ？何これ？そだって何これ？マジで何？
The intro for this one just felt like you're never gonna see the end of it. Sorry about that. But the real question here is, who still uses these kinds of cameras nowadays? Even though it's a cool idea. I got to be a little careful with this one because this man is Italian, and I don't think Italians are known for their sense of humor. Plus, he is a big reaction channel there, so we don't want to upset him. But for real though, that check at the end of his full video was something else. So you want to know what happened, right? Here is the truth. I never wanted to do that to her anyway, but I couldn't hold on any longer that night and the fart came out clean and smelly while we were on the climax. And our friend Mario. No, he wasn't in the room watching us. He is our actual story. He makes reaction videos on YouTube, not on Yahoo, and it just happened that he lives in a haunted house. Nice story so far. While in one of his videos, he was playing a game, and I was the one who thought he only makes reaction videos. Regardless, he hears a noise in the other room. Must be the check we just mentioned earlier. But she was nowhere near the house. At least nowhere near his house in particular. So who was it? It was Joe. Joe who? Joe Mama. So he returned to his chair, creating some content, and this time a loud noise could be heard. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was his reaction. He screamed so loud I had to shut the door with my body, trying to prevent the police for as long as I can to convince them that I'm not doing the forbidden with an underage girl in her period. Good thing they believed me and went away. What a childish story. Mario claimed that his bathroom light was originally off. And since he has a hammock chair, it hammocked at him.
Proviamo ragazzi, sono curioso di vedere quello che accadrà. Dobbiamo scaricare la canzone. Ok ragazzi, fermi un secondo. Ho sentito un rumore fortissimo, ma io sono a casa da solo. Spero sia il vento, ma non credo, visto che io chiudo sempre tutto, perché altrimenti ci sarebbero casini mentre registro. No, non è possibile. Ragazzi, no, adesso vi devo far vedere. No, vi giuro raga, non è possibile. Stiamo un attimo calmi. C'è la luce del bagno accesa. Vi giuro, io sono a casa da solo, non so se lo potete vedere. Stavo registrando, ho sentito il rumore della porta chiudersi e c'è la luce accesa. Raga, non sto scherzando. Allora, entro. Raga, sto tremando, vi giuro. Allora, come potete vedere, non c'è assolutamente nessuno qua dentro. Perché c'è la luce accesa e la porta sbattuta? Raga, vi giuro, sono a casa da solo e tra l'altro c'è la finestra chiusa. Quindi non può essere stato di certo il vento, per cui non so come sia possibile che la porta si sia chiusa da sola. Improvviso la porta del bagno si è chiusa. Ah! Ragazzi, no vabbè, giuro adesso mi sto cagando in mano però veramente. Raga, sto tremando, sta succedendo qualcosa di strano e non sto scherzando. Ragazzi, la porta l'avevo chiusa. Raga, si poteva vedere prima che ho chiuso la porta quando sono entrato. No raga, vi giuro. Che cavolo sta succedendo? Cioè, ha sbattuto a caso. Ma poi con quale violenza? No ragazzi, dai, ma non scherziamo. Ragazzi, perché c'è la luce accesa qua dentro? No ragazzi, sto impazzendo. Ma che cavolo sta succedendo? Raga, vi giuro non lo sto facendo apposta. Raga, sto tremando da morire, non so se si vede. Ok ragazzi, via, io non ce la faccio. Quando succedono queste cose prendo e me ne vado assolutamente. Adesso mi vesto, vado in macchina perché mi sto cagando in mano. Non so quello che sto facendo, sto impazzendo, raga. Ah, eccole. No, ragazzi. No, ragazzi, raga, vi giuro su quello che volete. Si vede? Ragazzi. Ragazzi, si sta muovendo. Via. Via, assolutamente. Non me ne frega nulla. Alexa, buonanotte. Ma va a cagare, non mi interessa. Non so se riuscite a vederlo anche voi, però sembrerebbe che dietro la porta ci sia effettivamente qualcuno.
Based on my logic, this man looks like he is anywhere between late 20s to early 30s. And since this is supposedly his own house, and it's kinda old, for someone his age, why would you acquire such an old house? Unless it was inherited to him by his grandpa, who thought it would be a cool idea to prank his grandson after he expires. Since I assume you have the ability to read, you might be thinking about this title, as if you have nothing more important to think about. And for those who can't read, the title says it's catch-up. And if you can't hear, read, or see, what the heck are you doing? Anyway, let me explain how we got to this point. It was very late at night in the summer, and here comes Faza, who found this abandoned building and decided to investigate it. So what did he do? He ignored that idea and made a normal video talking about his personal life issues. Of course, he explored the crap out of this building. Immediately and from the beginning of his journey, some random object on the ground ignited with fire, which was really weird. But the weirder part was the ketchup pouring from his nose. I mean, who does that? But obviously when I say ketchup, you know what I'm referring to. Not French fries, I'm just trying to be more family friendly with YouTube. After this incident, he tasted it and it was a little spicy. I mean, he kept looking around and found some patterns on the walls. And then he called it a day.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. كأنه وجه قاعد يطلع يا جماعة. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. قشعر بدني بربي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. كيف ولعت هاي يا جماعة؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شو هاي كيف ولعت يا جماعة هيك؟ بسم الله شو اللي صوت طلع كمان؟ مكان مضغوط بشكل مش عادي. كيف هيك؟ قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. شو هي هاي أصلا؟ بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شو صار معي يا جماعة؟ مناخير مرة واحدة صار ينزلوا دم يا جماعة. بسم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أعوذ بكلمات الله من الشيطان الرجيم. طفت هاي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة. ما الكشاف يا جماعة وطي هيك مرة واحدة يا إخوان وطي هيك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شو هذا يا جماعة؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
The only time I remember something like that happened to me is when I saw my ex for the first time. It didn't happen because she was so sexy, but because she slapped me so hard she knocked my glasses out of my face. All of that, and I didn't even flirt with her. Have you realized how many nations we have visited going through this list? And we are still not done yet, so put your seatbelt on, because I'm about to crash this plane hard and fast. I can't get her off of my head, and I can't live without her anymore. I miss her, bros. Regardless of this shenanigans, here comes a group of girls who, if I'm not mistaken, been seen on the internet like 100 million times. Let's talk about my personal issues first, because that's what we do here on this channel. My personal issues with the video itself. First of all, why was that girl wearing a hijab at the beginning of the video, and then when her fake friends arrived, she converted to Christianity? Or was that someone else sitting at the table? Then, if that were the case, where would she go? And my second problem is the thickness. I'm talking about the girls' bodies. They look very young, like somewhere under 18, but their bodies are possibly mid-20s. Genetics these days are a mess. But what about the video? Oh yes, the video. What was the video? They were up to no good, playing with what is supposed to be a Ouija board, and since all of them were shouting and talking at the same time like a bunch of dead fish, I couldn't understand shit. But in the end, the cup moved, and the lights went off, and only God knows what they did together that night.
Hola. ¿Qué es mi cámara? Me gusta. Hola. Qué divina tu cámara. ¿Te gusta? Mía, boluda. A nadie me regaló. Me regaló mi mamá. Ay, comiste todo, hija de puta. Tenía hambre. Escucha, trágate tú. Hace mate. Dale, dale. Mira. Aguanta el pico. No usa. Ahí está. Ajá. Dale, te compraste no se usa. Escucha, ¿qué pasó con Gaby? Te cuento lo que pasó. Gaby tuvo un accidente. ¿Qué le pasó? Chocó con la moto. Con la moto del papá. No, ¿con quién iba? Con la moto del papá chocó. ¿Con quién iba? ¿Con quién estabas? ¿Con alguien? Con Gaby. No hay nadie, en serio. No hay nadie. No hay nadie, boluda. Ay, estamos entonces. Acá. Ahí. Más frío tu mate. Ahí. Está refrigerado. Más o menos. Ahí. Tengo un hambre. Ahí se deja, ahí está. ¿Hay alguien en esta casa? No, no jodan, ¿en serio se movió? No jodan, en serio. ¿Viste? Vos sos boluda. Ay, no, una joda. Ay, fue una joda, basta. No. ¿Puedo hacer con esto? Pero, boluda, disculpa. No, vamos a ver, jodita. Ay, pero para empezar, bien. Pero si vos... Bueno, pero una joda. Puede joda. Ey, pará, boluda. Estoy mintiendo, no estoy jodiendo. Para clarizar. Eso se movió en serio. Sí. Hay que terminar. No, mira. ¡Ey! No, ¡ay, boluda! ¡Para, boluda! Dale, que tengo miedo, boluda.
Call me crazy with a K, you can even call me stupid. Maybe you can go on and say that I'm pointless, but then you cross the line. Now, doesn't this video have a continuity to it where one of them, the thick one I would say, she gets dragged or something? Open your mouth, here comes the thing. I mean, here comes the plane. Here comes that last video on the list, which I honestly have no idea why it made it to the list, but I thought it would be cool to feature it, not for any extra watch time, not at all. I honestly did not even want to try to translate it. I have already done it with 5 for one video. And you know how could my translation be phenomenally inaccurate and wacky? But I gave it a shot. And from what I understood, since I couldn't find the original source of the video, after digging deep and trying to, for a solid 2 minutes, I just couldn't. So here comes a broken story. We have 2 actors. I mean 2 very honest, trustworthy, normal people. They are investigating what says to be a secret room in their house. And how is it secret all this time when it's not even hidden? I have no idea. In this part of their investigation, they tried messing around, moving stuff here and there, taking these dolls out of its place, maybe trying to put some use in this very new Super OLED 8K display TV. And while they were fingering every corner of this room, the lady felt it. Not that she felt the thing, she felt something was about to happen because the door just slammed shut by itself. She knew at that moment, if she didn't get out quick, this man could turn into an animal. Then, you know what could that lead to? He was already making contact on their attempts to get out.
Lo que está saliendo de ahí debe haber cada araña. Y nosotros estamos a punto de ingresar.
Bueno, Jessica, ¿tenés la linterna preparada?
Sí.
Vamos.
Cristian, no me vas a
Vas
asustar.
primero vos. Así me alumbras. Ah, yo podría poner la linterna acá también. Activado. Bueno, ahí está el estuche que mucha gente preguntaba.
Pará.
Y bueno.
Déjame entrar con... No me
Vamos,
dejes sola.
vamos.
Qué idiota.
Ven.
No empieces.
Bueno, pará porque está acá la... ¿Sentí un ruido? Hay un tele que lo vamos a llevar. Ay, te llena de tela de araña.
Cristian, cuidado, Cristian.
Ey, que no se vayan las ratas para allá.
Ay, no.
Que no se vayan las ratas para mi
No
casa.
seas idiota, cortala.
Vamos. ¿Querés?
¿Qué
Lleva
hago?
algo. Mira, esos libros. Ahí me quedaron unos libros. Llévalo. Ahí me quedaron
Sí,
unos
pero ¿se
libros.
puede tocar esto?
Sí, amiga, supongo que sí.
¿Y qué hay en ese cofre? ¿Y si hay algo?
Lleva la
¿no?
caja, lleva todo. Ahí hay un... No sé.
Pido todo.
Acá hay más libros. Yo quisiera ver los libros. ¡Ay! ¡La puta madre! ¡Ay, la concha de su madre! Vamos.
¡Ay, no lo puedo abrir! ¡Pero no
A ver.
soy yo!
Bueno, acabamos de vivir una situación bastante complicada. La Jessica está bastante asustada. Yo estoy seguro que fue por el viento.
No, ¿qué viento?
Amiga, fue por el viento.
No, deja.
Pero no es la primera vez.
Cortala,
Ya me
pero
pasó que dejo las ventanas abiertas y hay mucho viento afuera.
Now, I don't know how strong the wind was that day, but I believe this could be more of a paranormal activity. Maybe the devil was trying to send them a message that day, but it didn't work out well for him. Or maybe there was someone behind this whole show. But that's impossible. The internet is a place for truth. There is no such thing as staged and fake, especially on TikTok. And while I was at it, I just realized that the word Teletubbies is a definition for fat people with TV screens on their bellies. And I also realized that subscribing to spicy horror is a definition for a smart person.